Chicago's Chinatown has a rich history and a robust present, which makes it a highly sought-after tourist attraction. Chicago's Nine Dragon Wall is one of 3 replicas outside of China. The wall took 9 months to build in China and erect on Cermak Road, and coincidentally has 9 dragons. The number 9 is believed to be the most prestigious number, and dragons are considered to be the souls of ancient Chinese ancestors. Ancient Chinese emperors actually considered themselves reincarnations of dragons and built 9 dragon walls as a show of supremacy and imperial power. The wall was sponsored by the Chinatown Chamber of Commerce and cost $200,000.
According to 2010 census, the number of residents living are 7,254, and the median age is about 42.2 years old.
Walking is the most common form of transportation in Chinatown, although there are easy access to other forms of transportation. Biking is also a good mode of transportation in Chinatown. There is also the Red Line train that runs north to south and stops at Cermak. Buses are also an option. Chinatown has 4 bus stops that stop at Wentworth Avenue, Canal Street, Cermak Road, and Archer Avenue. There is metered parking and parking garages for people who choose to drive. There is also a water taxi that runs along the river from Michigan Avenue to Pingtom Memorial Park. The water taxi gives people access to the metro from places such as Union Station or Ogilvie.
Yeah.
Like Roosevelt, 26th Street,
Okay.
to Boston.
There are different types of religions within the Chinatown community. There is also the St. Therese Church available for Catholics, where the church also provides private education for children from pre-kindergarten to 8th grade. We were able to interview one of the administrative employees who will talk about the Chinese Christian Union Church.
So yeah, we have the church, obviously does their stuff like Sundays and Wednesdays primarily. Preschool to 6th grade is what we do here. And then, so we have school during the day, Monday to Friday, and we have an after-school program that runs until about 5:30 for the kids in the school.
Is that like tutoring or what kind of
Yeah, so we do. We have tutoring, we have like enrichment classes, which are kind of extracurricular, and then we just have like more like Bible study time and homework time, and kind of just a little bit more of a social hour where we do like cool like crafts and activities and stuff like that.
Another religion practiced by the Chinese is Buddhism, which is available in Old Chinatown at the Buddhist temple.
Chinatown is a port of reception for immigrants from mainland China, Hong Kong, and Taiwan, at least at their initial stage of adjustment. Immigrants in South Chinatown undergo a process of replacement. Newcomers come and stay with their extended families or on their own in Chinatown for help, security, and protection. But once they develop better mastery of the English language, and when they are familiar with life in the city, they will move out to the suburbs for a better quality of life. However, they are continuously replaced by other newcomers.
The population of street people in Chicago's Chinatown area consists of primarily Chinese Americans, the homeless, and tourists. There are street vendors that sell household items, plants, and foods for a living.
Chinatown is filled with many different shops and services. It includes Pan-Asian restaurants and bakeries, some gift shops, and electronic stores. There are also grocery retail stores and herbalists and drugstores. Other services include airlines and travel agencies, banks and financial services, doctor offices, and insurance agencies.
Job opportunities for the Chinese community mostly consist of running the various shops and working for restaurant businesses. Because of the ratio of more people than jobs available, there is a busing system that transports residents to other workplaces in the suburb.
Crime in this area mainly consists of petty theft and vandalism. These events are caused by intoxicated individuals who spill over from the surrounding bar-lined streets. The major concern in Chinatown is underground brothels and massage parlors. Chicago police continuously work to investigate and shut these establishments down.
There is evidence of major pollution in the area. Some nursing diagnoses would be an increased risk of communicable diseases related to congestion in Chinatown demonstrated by overcrowded housing and pollution. A nursing intervention would be that, as a community health nurse, one would educate the community on recycling and proper sanitation and the adverse effects that could result if no changes are made.
The Dan Ryan and Stevenson expressways condense the open space in Chinatown, causing limited affording housing and room for growth in the community.
Another place where many people socialize at is New Chinatown Square. New Chinatown Square is one of the famous strip malls in Chicago. It was completed in 1993. It is filled with many restaurants, bars, and various shops, such as salons and local services, such as a city bank. Across from New Chinatown Square on Wentworth Avenue is a paid parking lot that guests can have access to. This addition added many job opportunities for the residents of Chinatown. Other local events that take place in New Chinatown Square is concerts, marathons, a dance event in August called Summer Dance, and even a friendship pageant. There are cultural performances in the plaza. New Chinatown Square is surrounded by 12 bronze statues that symbolize the 12 zodiacs, which the Chinese created to have a system for counting years. Each animal is believed to influence people's lives. Chinatown has its own newspaper called Chicago Chinese News that began in 1999. The newspaper has information about local news regarding the Chinese population, and classified ads. They have a Facebook page that updates people about weekly news.
Right in the heart of Chinatown, there is a very large community center called the Pui Tuk Center. The Puituck Center is a church-based community center in Chicago's Chinatown, serving families since 1996. Its programs target the needs of new Chinese immigrants who have limited English skills and are low income. About 2,500 individuals are served each year through the following services: ESL classes and tutoring for adults and children, youth programs, services for new immigrants, family literacy, school, preschool through 6th grade, music programs, and computer center. Volunteers help tutor children and adults on Saturdays and the youth on Tuesday and Thursdays, and on Friday mornings they lead Bible studies. Opportunities for ESL teaching are available in various capacities depending on their experience. Chinese-speaking volunteers are trained to help with new immigrant and community services throughout the week. Another community service offered in Chinatown is an employment agency, kitty corner to the Puituck Center. It is government operated, and locals as well as new immigrants can come here to utilize employment services, which include searching for jobs, making a resume, and applying for jobs. Currently, there are no major political issues in Chinatown. However, when the first Chinese people migrated to Chicago, there was a lot of political injustice to the people. They weren't allowed to purchase buildings and land, and therefore had to use mediator companies to help them. Now the state and federal government are supporting this community to preserve its culture by allowing locals to buy houses in the newer parts of Chinatown.
A large majority of Chinatown is zoned for commercial use. Some of these uses include manufacturing, automotive shops, warehouses, gas stations, and shops. These areas are not permitted for residential use. Housing includes a new subdivision of townhomes, apartments, and duplexes behind New Chinatown Shopping District. Historically, the Chinese first settled in the area of Van Buren and Clark. The racist landlords drove them out with drastically raising their rent prices, forcing them south to Clark and Wentworth. This area is now called Old Chinatown. Its side streets are lined with residential housing. There you'll see elderly strolling the sidewalks while young children play alongside them. Their parents are seen walking to and from work and the train station while their children are being taken care of by highly regarded grandparents. Traditionally, many generations of Chinese immigrants live under one roof. Although Chinatown does have a new senior housing center as families become acquainted with American culture.
Educational levels attained by residents in the Chinatown community include 50% having attained less than a high school education, 9% has achieved high school or equivalent, 1% has less than 1 year of college, 9% has 1 or more years of college, 3% attained an associate's degree, 11% has a bachelor's degree, 3% have a master's degree, and 2% completed doctorate degrees.
There are many areas of Chinatown where people can relax and socialize. One is Ping Tom Memorial Park, a 12-acre site built in 1998. It was originally a Chicago and Western Indiana Railroad yard, but it is now a park along the river with a children's playground and a community gathering area with Chinese pagoda-style architecture. Parallel to the park, people can access the water taxi as discussed earlier.
Physical activity is a major health indicator for the community. In Chinatown, there are many opportunities for them to take part in. You can find locals doing Tai Chi early in the morning, There are outdoor parks for children to play at. Walking and biking are also a popular way for exercise. The Roots of Chinese Culture Research Center provides martial arts classes which are available for the community. Median income in Chinatown is $51,364. The poverty level in Chinatown is 30.5% compared to Chicago's, which is 21.4%. For the families who are able to afford it, will send their children to the private schools in the area. For the underprivileged families, they will end up sending their children to the nearest public schools, which would be in the Bridgeport neighborhood. The closest homeless shelter in Chinatown is Pacific Garden Mission on South Canal Street.
I'm home. I got 4 boys and a daughter. I am simply trying to ask you, I'm not going to bother you. Would you please help me to get a couple bags of food?
There is not much decay in Chinatown, but some issues were found. There were some cracks in the sidewalks and pavements. There were also some potholes that need repair along the streets of residential areas that caused some flooding. There was litter found along sidewalks of residential housing areas, and we found that there is a lack of access to proper disposal units. Some buildings showed signs of decay, such as this building, which had a leak.
There is a large amount of tobacco use observed in Chinatown. A survey conducted in Chicago's Chinatown area revealed that over 30% of Chinese men living in this area smoke. We know that in this area, cardiovascular disease is prevalent. In Chinatown, there is a community medical center in the Chinatown Square Plaza, and the closest hospital in the area is Mercy Medical Center. Other health resources located in Chinatown are dental care, acupuncture, chiropractor services, home health care, outpatient surgery, laser and light therapy, customized foot orthotics, intersegmental traction, IFC therapy, rehab exercises, detoxifications, mental health services, and Asian human services. Causes of morbidity in the Chinatown population is breast cancer, colorectal cancer, and lung cancer. Diabetes is the 5th leading cause of death in Asian Americans. Lisa Lau is known as a doctor on Wentworth Avenue because she provides natural herbal remedies for those living in Chinatown without health insurance or who prefer traditional methods of healing. Here are some of the natural remedies that are available to the community. There is an increased risk for disease among the Chinatown residents related to unsanitary food preparation, as demonstrated in the following clips. As a community health nurse, a nursing intervention would be to work with the local government authorities in implementing safe handling of food to avoid any outbreaks of illness from occurring.